Welcome to Yoga 77. My name is Jackie. So a lot of you have asked for a quick, no frills, wake up morning yoga flow. 10 minutes to get things moving. So just come to a standing position, feet hip distance apart, and just start by lifting up and out on your right side. Beautiful. Take it to the second side. You might reach up on your inhale. Bring the arm down on your exhale. Let's take one more of those to each side. Just finding length through the side body, through the spine. Starting to stretch out. Beautiful. And then bring your hands through heart center, shoulders down and back, and just sit back in the hips. Like you're sitting down on a chair, rise all the way back up. We'll take that again. So sitting back. Nice, and then rising up. We'll take that again. So find that lift up on the side. Beautiful, other side. Take one more to each side. Last one. Nice, and we'll take two more sitting back shapes. So this is our intense pose, rising back up. Just taking the weight into the heels of the feet, sitting the hips down like you're sitting on a chair. Beautiful. And then from here, just inhale the arms above your head. Beautiful, a little bit more length, and then exhaling hands through heart center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhaling, come into your forward fold, so you can bend as much as you like through the knees. Bring the forearms down to the thighs, or the head might come lower. And then plant your hands down and walk the hands to the top of your mat. Beautiful. Come down onto your knees or stay on the toes, lower down onto your belly. Beautiful. And then once you're down on the belly, hands under shoulders, rolling the shoulders back, lifting up through the chest. So just a little lift through the upper back, through the shoulders. Try to keep the chin tucked in, eye gaze down at your mat. Beautiful. Again, you might rise up on your inhale, you might lower down on your exhale. We'll just take one more of those. Beautiful. And then bring it all the way back into tabletop. Hands under your shoulders, a sense of wrist stacking under the elbows and elbows under the shoulders. A little lift up of the belly, so tucking up of belly button, tucking under of the tailbone. Pressing down with both hands evenly, all 10 fingers, gaze is straight down. And then just let the belly melt down towards your mat. Beautiful, chest opens, so shoulders drawing back a little. And then take it the other way, so arching through the spine, coming into cat pose. Beautiful, and back into cow pose. So you might work with the breath here. It might be an exhale as you dome into your cat, and it might be an inhale as the belly lowers into cow. Let's take a few more rounds of this. Just checking in with your breath. Really waking the body up here. Beautiful movement through the spine. And even if you only have a couple of minutes, even if you just come through some cat-cows in the morning, maybe that morning when you're in a little bit of a rush. Just finishing off maybe a couple more rounds here. Yeah, nice. And then just come back into your child's pose. So knees can come out a little wider, big toes might touch. Just bringing the chest and the belly down towards your mat. Nice, and just take a few breaths here. You might find some movements quite nice, rocking side to side. You might prefer stillness. Nice, and then as you're ready, draw forward into tabletop. Tuck the toes under, spread the fingers wide. We'll lift the hips into down dog. Bend the knees generously, belly comes towards the thighs, and then draw forward, knees come back down, hips draw back, child's pose. We'll take two more of these. Now, if this is a bit much on the wrists, just feel free to stay in child's pose. You might take some more cat-cows. You can always take downward facing dog standing up as well, using the chair if you check out my other videos. And then on your next one, you're free to pause in child's pose or downward facing dog. So your choice here. Might pedal out through the down dog, just bringing one heel at a time down towards your mat, creating a little bit more length through the backs of the legs. Just notice what the breath is doing. Again, if you can, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Nice. And if you're in child's pose, you might come up to downward facing dog, and then we'll all glide forward into high plank. Bring the knees down, come back into tabletop. Nice, and then take the weight into the left hand. You might bring the hand a little bit further into your midline, spread the fingers wide, and as you inhale, reaching up with the right arm. And allow your exhale to thread it under your body. Beautiful, try that again, inhaling up, and exhaling under. Let's take one more of those, and then this time you're going to hold in your thread the needle shape. Right shoulder might come all the way down onto the mat, cheek might come down, palm facing up, and then come up on those left fingertips, left elbow can be pointed up. Just bring a little bit more rotation into the mid-spine, the upper spine. Staying for a couple more breaths here. If the head doesn't come all the way down, feel free to bring a cushion or a pillow under the side of your head, under your cheek. Maybe a rolled up towel. Come back through center. And just take any movement here that feels right to rinse that out. So it might be some cat-cows, might be taking the hips side to side. You might even start to come out over the wrists a little. Just sort of rinsing that thread the needle out before taking it on the second side. So again, we'll bring the right hand a little bit further into the midline, spread the fingers wide, and then reaching up through the left arm on your inhale, and then exhaling, threading under. Again, we'll take two more of these. Nice, and on your next one, again, you're going to hold in your thread the needle. So again, bringing that shoulder under, placing the arm down, and then you might bring the right hand in front, come up on the fingertips, elbow pointing up, so that you can literally lift and add a little bit more rotation through your upper back. Again, we'll stay for another 2 to 3 breath rounds here. And just check that the head is comfortable. There's a nice length through the spine. You might even tuck your chin in a little adjustments there. Again, once you feel complete, coming back out. Beautiful. Come back into your tabletop again, just a little bit of movement just to rinse that out. And then we'll come all the way over onto our backs. You might give yourself a kind challenge, see how slowly you can roll yourself down the spine. Beautiful, bring the legs in towards your belly, just take little rocks, just massaging out through your lower spine. Really nice, and then just come to upside down tabletop, arms out wide, and just let the knees come a little bit to the right side. They can come down further if it feels right. But you don't have to come right down. Come back through center. Just take that to the second side. Letting the knees come down. A little bit of activation through the belly here. Back through center. Very beautiful. And then bring the feet down. Arms by your side. Feet hip distance apart. Just ground down with the soles of the feet. Nice. And then start to draw the belly down. Lower spine comes down into the mat. And start to lift your hips off your mat, buttocks off the mat, hips towards the ceiling, coming into a little bridge, and then exhale all the way down. Let's take a couple more of these. Maybe inhale as you rise, exhaling as you lower. Just taking one more. Lowering all the way back down on the exhale. Beautiful. And then if you've got a little bit more time, feel free to stay in your final Shavasana shape, or you might be getting ready to start your day. So just make your way back up, Find a comfortable seat or standing. You might bring hands to your heart center, spine length through your spine. Just take a moment to maybe bring in an affirmation or something that you'd like to work in to your day to day, something that you'd like to bring into your heart space. Might be simply one of love, kindness, compassion to yourself. Have a beautiful day. Go well. Namaste.